8.5 years ago, my life changed when Pokemon Go came out. I really wanted to engage with it. It got me out of the house a lot more because up till that point in July of 2016, I wasn't much for going outside and doing things. That all changed on July 6th, 2016, when Pokemon Go came out and I tried playing around with it on my crappy iPod Touch, connecting to Wi Fi where I could until I was finally able to get an iPhone from my dad, who I had to pay back for it, but it was worth the effort. That summer, I would go out every single day. I would spend upwards up to 4 hours a day during the late morning or early afternoon hours into the early evening hours, walking across town, spinning Pokestops, trying to catch everything I could. I'm telling you, it was a good time. But recently, that good time hasn't really felt like something I want to or have time to engage in, so I quit. That's right. I quit Pokemon Go after 8.5 years. It wasn't an easy process. It wasn't a decision I made lightly. But it was my decision, my choice, and I do not regret it. See, when I started, I didn't really have much else other use for an iPhone. Because back then, and in the first half of 2016 before it came out, up until then, I was on a flip phone and had an iPod Touch. And then Pokemon Go finally motivated me to go out and do that, get that. Today, though, it's a drain on my phone's battery, and I have the newest, biggest iPhone available. And even with the game not actively being used, it was draining my battery because of Adventure Sync. That's the ability to have it track your movement while not playing the game, which was very beneficial for hatching eggs and such. But once the level cap, I knew it would be impossible to get past level 40 because I had to get one of each evolution while at level 40 to get to advance to level 41. I'd already gotten them all by that point, and after that, you can't really control for which evolution you get, which is disheartening. So over the last couple months, I'd been at a crossroads of destiny of whether to completely quit or cut back or whatnot. Because when I went out on Halloween to the Museum of Science and the Boston Common, the Guy Fieri restaurant, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, I'll admit it was a good way to fill the time in between the Guy Fieri restaurant, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and before that, the time between the Museum of Science and the Guy Fieri restaurant. So many Pokestops at the Boston Common. Unfortunately, I don't get out as much anymore, and I decide, you know what? I'm not going to incentivize being out because when I am out now, I have a purpose. I have a mission. Like on Tuesday, I I had a mission to go to my doctor's appointment. That was it because the previous doctor's appointment, I'd rationalized playing Pokemon Go to fill the time between when I was dropped off by my Uber and lunchtime by walking around and doing that until it was close enough to lunchtime that I could order from a local restaurant and get something to bring home. That's the $35 pizza and fried dough bites that I've posted about in the past and talked about. So not only could Pokemon Go use up money on me by way of selling me coins, it also encourages me to stay out and then eventually rationalize going into restaurants and getting takeout by being like, oh, I'm already out. I can just keep playing Pokemon Go and then I can do this, order the air, and then keep playing Pokemon Go. No, I mentioned in a previous video that I now think restaurants are pretty much a waste of money. I'm just going to say it. At least if you go on a daily, weekly basis or anything like that. But yeah, it's more costly because of that. And it does, again, it drains the phone battery with Adventure Sync turned on and all that. Maybe I have a few other settings I could tinker with to make the phone battery last longer. I mean, right now, the camera is going to drain the battery, even with it attached to a MagSafe power bank that's actively charging it. I can tell you that right now. So yeah, it was fun over the years. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny that I lost 30 pounds from July of 2016 to through December of 2016. I'm not going to deny that it finally got me to get a proper smartphone in the form of an iPhone SE. Because back then that was the quickest and easiest way in, and I just needed something that could connect to a data plan and let me play Pokemon Go. Now that's changed because I use my phone as my primary camera for this video right now and all the other ones. And yeah, ha- I also have the struggles with walking outside that I've mentioned in the past. Not that it's impossible, it just slows me down a lot, and I use Apple Fitness Plus for working out now because I'm okay with working out. Because back then I was either actively against working out or just disinterested. Pokemon Go gave me a reason to go out and do that. Now, thankfully, I didn't get lunch out there every single day, but I would spend more, but I would rationalize it more often. Yeah, it was a nice way to get out in 2020 when everything was closed, gave me something to do. It also incentivized me to go to go to this mall a few towns over on Saturdays and spend more money than I should have on Auntie Anne's pretzels for lunch. The rationale being I was going out there to play Pokemon Go, have access to more Pokestops and such. But after 8.5 years, I realized I don't even really care about this anymore because going out isn't what it used to be. It incentivized me to waste time I could be spending doing videos like this or writing. No one's really sociable out there anymore. Like in the early days, if you could tell someone was playing Pokemon Go, it was a good way to find social interactions. But today, maybe if you use a Facebook group, you can find that. Because I remember in 2019, I actually stumbled across a Facebook group that was doing that. That was meeting up to do Pokemon Go stuff at Castle Island. And I was part of a group chat or two that would meet up at different Pokemon Go gyms. But having to keep up with that and track down where to go, it was getting exhausting. I actually haven't been part of that in like 6, 7 years now. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was fun in the moment, but it was just getting exhausting, not to mention depleting my phone battery a lot faster. So this month I decided to transfer all my Pokemon from that to home and Let's Go Pikachu once I replayed that to get to Fuchsia City, where the Go Park complex is, and then dumped all the Pokemon I could. I'll admit I also used some of the Apple gift card credit that I got with the phone trade in to charge up the Pokemon Home transfer so that I could speed it up because I wanted it off my phone. Gone. No more. It's over for you, Pokemon Go. Yeah, I was finally able to delete my account and put the Pokemon in there to good use. I'm replaying Pokemon Brilliant Diamond now so that I can download all the Pokemon I can. I'm gonna have to do the same with Sword, Scarlet, and probably Legends Arceus, if there are any Pokemon in there that can only be played in that one among all the Switch games at this moment in time. Because I have a Pokemon Home subscription that expires in June. I am not going to renew it. I am just going to use the free tier to move Pokemon between games as needed for when Legends ZA comes out. But I do not need or want extensive storage. I do not want to pay more than I absolutely have to. I don't want Pokemon Go draining my phone battery, and I don't want it incentivizing me to stay out of the house longer than I need to, or if I do need to occupy myself while I'm in a waiting room or something, I have Apple Arcade as part of Apple One Premiere, so that's the kind of on mobile games I should be playing because I'm paying for it. So yeah, there's that. To be clear, it was fun while it lasted, but I've got other things going on now, so I think I'm gonna leave it here for the video. Comment what you thought about all that if you made it to the end. If you still play Pokemon Go, let me know what keeps you going with it. Give this video a like, subscribe for daily uploads. I'll see you soon.